This is for you. This book is the culmination of over a decade's worth of effort, experience, and transformation. When you start the entrepreneurial journey, it's easy to assume it's going to be simple. You got talent, skill. You even have received signs from the universe, synchronicities that seem to confirm your path. But this journey is long, it's layered. And it's not just about what you do, it's about who you become. It's physical, mental, and it's deeply spiritual. For me, this book isn't about my story. It's about our story. My journey to claiming my identity, giving myself permission to dream again, and embracing my divine purpose is no different from the hero's journey we all share. It just so happens that my calling is to be a messenger. I feel deeply that my struggles, my lessons, and my growth were not just for me, they were for you. They were so I could sit here and share what I've learned about mastering your mindset, marketing your passion, and manifesting your purpose. When I set out to become a motivational speaker, I thought it would be easy. I thought it would be so easy. I thought the path would open up as soon as I took my first step. But the reality was different. I quit my job. I moved back home with my parents, with a wife and 3 kids, answering the call to pursue my dream. What I didn't realize was that the journey would test me in ways I never expected. I spent years in the struggle, facing poverty, self-doubt, and feelings of failure. I smoked, I drank, I numbed myself, feeling like a failure, all while holding on to the hope that my potential was still there, that I could realize my identity. And it took a while, but that's when I got introduced to the concept of the growth mindset. And it literally changed everything. In less than a year of being exposed to an explanation of mindset that resonated with me, it's not like I didn't know mindset existed. But the way Carol Dweck explained fixed versus growth, I felt seen in a way that I hadn't up until that point. This entire time, people were telling me I was smart, I was bright. And at first I denied it. I tried to run away from it because I knew it was effort. But as time went on, it became so easy to just look smart. And I adopted the fixed mindset, but I didn't know it. And then in less than a year of learning about the power of mindset, about the fixed and the growth mindset, my life began to transform. After flunking out of college, I felt like a failure, and that's the first thing I wanted to do. I wanted to go back. I enrolled back in school. I started looking towards establishing an active career. I experienced the highest of highs, like achieving a 4.0 GPA for the first time in my life. And I experienced the lowest lows, which was losing my mother during that same period. But that was my test. My mindset was my anchor through the grief. I allowed death and despair to distract me before. Growing up in the inner city, losing my friends, I used that as an excuse to be attached to my identity that I was and not to who I was becoming. So this time, my mindset kept me grounded. I turned that pain into progress. I stayed committed to my goals. I kept moving forward. Through that, I ended up discovering my passion for marketing. In less than a year from that point, I had a full-time job in the field. Was working, making the most money I had made up until that point in my life. And doors were open to everything. And I learned everything about success, business, and purpose. I worked with entrepreneurs who were just getting started, scraping by, and I've worked with multi-million-dollar businesses, helping them scale and grow. The principles of success are universal, whether you're starting with nothing or building on a strong foundation. Here's what I know to be true. You are the Creator's most creative creation. You were divinely created to create. Everything about you is designed to make an impact in this world. Your hands are meant to build, mold, and shape. Your words are meant to inspire, connect, and to empower. And your body is meant to move, experience, express, and embrace. But your greatest creation isn't a product or service or a business. It is you. It is your life. It is your identity. If you can convince yourself that you are the I am that you most dream to be, that will be your creation. This book is your roadmap to that creation. It's here to help you embrace your unique gifts, align with the people you were meant to serve, and step into the fullest expression of yourself, and not just for you. When you step into your power, you inspire others to do the same. This is bigger than one's journey. It's a ripple effect. It's a universal calling for us all to wake up to who we really are. The world is changing. We are witnessing a global shift, a quantum awakening. We are literally watching the destruction of old systems, and new opportunities are emerging. The creator economy is here. Bitcoin, entrepreneurship is on the rise because people are recognizing they weren't put here to work for someone else's dream. They were put here to create their own. If you're reading this, you feel it. You've been called to do something greater, and that's why you're here. This is your awakening. This is your call to step into your role as the Creator's most creative creation.